What's News is a paperless production. Did I mention that What's News is a paperless production? Just want y'all to remember that What's News is a paperless production in case that information somehow becomes relevant in the course of this student council election. Oh my god, saving the world is easy. What's news? This isn't. It's the most wonderful time of the year. USC elections, baby! A time when you actually have to think about what color clothes you wear. I just like the colors blue, red, and yellow, everybody. I'm kidding, I don't own a yellow shirt. It's also a time of waste. Flyers, campaign posters, pins, black propaganda, it all rains down on the campus during election time. Sometimes the paper footprint, which would make a great band name, of the election lingers long after the election has actually passed. UP Diliman gets covered in more wasted paper than the last 6 drafts of my thesis. I'm not crying, you're crying! Which is why this year, several calls have been made to run a paperless USC election to make our campus look like a school instead of an unfinished papier-mâché model discarded from the set of Art Attack. And to their credit, some of the local college units, like the Engineering Student Council or the College of Human Economics Student Council, have responded to the call. Of the 3 major parties in the elections, however, only Kaisa has taken the paperless route for their USC slate and standard bearers. This is in line with Jelaine Gan and Jethro Malimata's victories last year with paperless campaigns. So, a successful paperless campaign can be done. So, Kaisa's name rings true in that they are the only of the 3 parties to do this. Their name also rings true in that I only recognize one person on their slate, but that's more of a me thing than a them thing. Stand UP, or as I should call them, Stand UP, meanwhile have taken no stance on the matter, proceeding with their usual posters and flyers, except with a box at their booth for you to return used materials, which really isn't that surprising. After all, rallies would look weird if instead of holding up signs, we just held up iPads, so maybe stick to the paper aesthetic. It works for you guys. It works. Now, while Stand UP has made it very clear in the past that they're against systematic environmental abuses brought on by capitalism, their lack of visible on-campus efforts to contribute to the campus's cleanliness are questionable. While yes, it's important to recall that environmental issues have deeply rooted societal causes, it's not worth dismissing on-campus efforts to provide a clean space for students to study. In other words, you have to clean your room before you leave the house. Isa! Lastly, there's Alianza, a party who proudly announced recently that they're going to go green. They plan to do this by reducing their paper production by 50%. Okay. Wait. What? Reduce paper production by 50%? 50% doesn't mean a whole lot when we have no basis to see what your original output was going to be in the first place. For all we know, that's an entirely made-up number. Why 50%? Why not go 70, 80? These numbers don't mean anything unless supported by verifiable and solid facts. 50%? That's literally a half measure of what is expected. It'd be like if I submitted a paper to my professor that was half the word count that he expected and wrote a note at the bottom that said, "Read it twice so that it meets the requirement." I mean, look at this. No, really, look at this. This is the Stand UP flyer, okay? It's 1 page. It's 1 page and it's covered in text. Look at it. It's completely covered in text. There's barely any space here. Like, you don't even have the names of the people running, okay? But it's covered in text. This is the Alianza flyer, okay? Now, it looks innocuous, but it's one of these folded double things, which means it's made of 2. It's made of 2 pieces of paper, and look at all this empty space. Just completely empty space. And the last 2 pages, like half of it isn't even here. Like, oh yeah, definitely. Decrease the quantity of print materials. Like, come on, 2 pages? Look at this. That's just empty space, and this is just your logo. Alianza goes green. This is more like Alianza goes in the middle and hope no one notices. And don't think I forgot about you. Yeah, you. The one watching this video. Remember that the social responsibility to keep our campus clean does not fall on the running parties alone. If you're handed a flyer and you hold on to it, you're accepting the responsibility to dispose of it properly. So don't just throw them away. Hold on to them. Give them a read. You might just learn something that'll help you make an important choice in a very important time in our university's calendar. We haven't even talked about anyone's platforms yet. Thank you everybody for tuning in to this episode of What's News. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Just remember, it's all in good fun, and hopefully you guys get to make some informed choices this election season. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment below, and share with your friends. Also, like the Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.